Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we are comparing DF83 with DF64. DF83 with standard burrs, but DF64 with those SSP cast burrs. I've done some videos before about both of those two grinders. We compared standard burrs, MP burrs, but we never compared this set of burrs. To save your time and for me not to repeat myself, I will put the links in the description so you can find all the details. Just quickly, I will take you through both of those grinders. So DF64 and DF83, they kind of look similar. It looks like at some point DF64 decided that it's a time to take steroids, and then it became DF83. So obviously there's a size difference, obviously there is a burst difference. DF83 almost twice as heavy, below 13 kg. Power of the engine of DF64, 250 watts and 550 watts for DF83. That makes it a beast. There are some differences in look here and there. Basically everything that could be improved from DF64 has been improved on DF83, apart from really the declamper, which people still complain is not great. So if you remember, recently I installed a new declamper, a new chute from Brewista, and I'm very happy with that. Although it changed the flavor profile slightly, suddenly DF83 became my favorite pour-over grinder, which is something that I never thought I will say. There's also one more big difference, and there is a price difference. So DF64 I paid £400. DF83 I got for 600-ish pounds. I tell you straight away, I would not hesitate. I would get DF83 almost always. But I may change my mind today after we do the tasting. So if you're as excited as myself, definitely click like, subscribe, and well, let's do it. I just quickly want to show you how fast they both grind 18 grams of coffee in espresso settings and the noise difference. That's how it sounds when it grinds the beans, and it took what, 8 seconds on that low setting, and that's how DF64 sounds. And it took around 14 seconds. Yeah, so as you can hear, there is a noise difference. Retention DF83 with the bellow 0.2. DF64 today it was 0.3, but I haven't used it for a while. First we're going to pull espresso. I won't be doing blind tasting. Today I want to concentrate on the taste itself, detect any differences rather than just trying to guess which is which. Caravan coffee roasters from Honduras, naturally processed with the tasting notes of date syrup, plum bramble and dark chocolate. I will use La Marzocco Liva style profile on Decent, 18 grams of coffee in, 42 grams of liquid out. I will try to dial in so there is a similar time of extraction. We are using the Waffle Soul Spirit basket. Let's do the DF64 first. So we have a shot. It took 25 seconds, so but the reason is I'm using this waffle basket, and with the cast burrs, it's something that I mentioned in my previous videos. That zone for espresso is tiny, so I'm normally about between 5 and 6. Today with the waffle basket, on the setting number 1.5 with the waffle shorter shots are still very good. In fact, they might be even better. Cheers. Rather thin, although I had thinner shots with this grinder, so that's another thing with the cast burrs. I often get a very thin body. It's an acceptable shot. I know this coffee relatively well, and I know that we lost some of the sweetness here. Normally those shots are sweet. There is the bitterness, we lost the fruitiness a little bit, and from my own experience, guys, here it's not just about this shot but the previous shots that I had, espresso shots with those cast burrs. I was never satisfied. In fact, this is probably one of the better espresso shots, and it's still not very good. If you are considering DF64 with cast burrs for espresso, well, I wouldn't recommend that. Now let's do the same but with DF83. It took 24 seconds. Both shots, they looked about the same, slightly darker crema here. Cheers. The body It's richer. There was a bitterness in the first shot, but here we've got that sweetness, that chocolatiness. Also, I'm getting more of those juicy aromas here, which were lacking in the previous one. Since I put the new declamper, the shots, they lost some of the body, so if you are a fan of the deep body, then probably you shouldn't play with your declamper. Yeah, this shot I enjoy. It's definitely better than the previous one. Now let's do the pour over. So for the pour over, we're going to use Iron and Fire coffee roasters, Yergashev Ethiopian washed coffee. I will use my good old V60 size 2, but I will also use the Lily Drip. If you don't know what the Lily Drip is, well, you can check one of my previous videos. 15 grams of coffee in, 225 grams of water temperature, 225 degrees. I had to dial it in a few times. Eventually we end up on the setting number 30. Cheers. Sweetness, a bit of body, getting those kind of oat flavors. This coffee can have some apricot notes. I'm not getting it here, but overall it's a nice balanced cup. Not too much sourness, a little bit of the bitterness. Maybe I would like a few more nuances here, but yeah, overall I'm happy with this cup. And the coffee bed from DF83 on the setting number 32. Cheers. I'm getting more of like a baked toasted nuts, maybe? They are both very, very similar. I'm getting slightly more things going on with that DF83 cup. We are comparing two very good cups and two very similar cups. In the cup from DF64, it was just a good cup of coffee without too many nuances. Here with the cup from DF83, I'm getting more fruitiness and those other flavors like baked oats and so on. Let's say 5% more it's going on in the cup from DF83 than the cup from DF64. So not a huge difference, but yes, I prefer the cup from DF83 more. If you are still here, by the way, click like, consider subscribing to the channel, plenty more things coming. Today's results, espresso, I enjoyed more with DF83 and I was sure about that. There was a more depth of the flavors. The shot from DF64 with those cast burrs, tricky to dial in, and the shot was slightly thinner. Now the pour over cups, they were very similar. I mean, it was a bit more trickier to dial in for DF64, but probably because I don't use it that often. I enjoyed both. It was difficult to find the winner for the pour over. It took me some time, but eventually I went for the cup from DF83. I should really change the declamper or DF64 as well. Each time I open the grinder, there's lots of grinds. I think I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, I would see those two grinders, DF64 and DF83, as a combo. DF83 without any modification, it's thick and it's chocolatey and it's sweet. Tastes almost like a niche but with more clarity. And then if you have DF64 maybe with the multi-purpose, SSP multi-purpose burrs, you can use it for fruity espressos or for the nice pour overs. So I see both of them at the same setup, but if I only could choose one, I would go for DF83. I've been playing with those burrs. Maybe I'm not getting something. I try to season them with maybe 5 kg of coffee or maybe even more now. For the pour over they okay, but you see the stock burrs from DF83 were better today. Guys, if you have any experience, especially with those cast burrs, or if you had a chance to compare DF83 with DF64, let me know in the comments how do you like them and which one is better for you for espresso and for pour over. But for today, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack, this is My Coffee Show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you, bye!